السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله، نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم، أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا. فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. Beloved brothers and sisters in faith and humanity, we begin praising Allah, we begin thanking Allah, and we thank Allah in times of happiness and in times of sorrow. We begin by declaring as one community our heartfelt condolences to our brothers and our sisters in New Zealand who, as most of you know, suffered a tremendous trauma and tragedy while they were observing Salatul Jumu'ah. I won't go into the details of what happened. Suffice to say, there was a mass shooting at 2 mosques, 2 masajid, at the time of Salatul Jumu'ah, when people have entered the houses of Allah for peace and for quiet and for introspection and to cultivate and refine their character, to enliven their hearts. They were attacked, just as we are gathered here. And so our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts are with the victims who we pray Allah grants the highest faradis al-ala, that Allah grants the highest of heavens, that Allah Ta'ala counts them among the martyrs, the witnesses, ash-shuhada. We pray that those who survived, that they have healing, quick and complete healing. We pray that the families and the friends and the neighbors, those who are Muslim and our neighbors and friends from other faith traditions and religions, we pray that they all find healing and they all find solace and serenity, that they find peace after this tragedy. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To Allah we belong, and to Allah we are returning. To God we belong, and to God we return. Brothers and sisters, I also encourage you to do more than just pray and think and post things on your social media accounts and send emails regarding this tragedy, as we have done in tragedies past. Most recently, the shooting at a synagogue in Squirrel Hill, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I encourage you to also contribute your monies to support the victims and the survivors. The crowdfunding organization Launch Good has opened up a campaign specifically for the victims of the New Zealand tragedy. So I encourage you to visit Launch Good's website, inshallah, and show your support also with your wealth and with your hand. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, God the Exalted says in the chapter of Yunus, the chapter of the prophet Jonah, peace and blessings be upon him, in the 107th ayah, Allah says, بَعْدَ أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ وَإِنْ يَمْسَسْكَ اللَّهُ بِضُرٍّ فَلَا كَاشِفَ لَهُ إِلَّا هُوَ وَإِنْ يُرِدْكَ بِخَيْرٍ فَلَا رَادَ لِفَضْلِهِ يُصِبْهُ بِهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ وَهُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in this ayah, in this proof, in this sign, and if God should touch you with harm, afflict you, Allah uses the word touch, because any affliction in this world is always tempered by the mercy of God. It can always be worse. It can always be more tragic. It can always be more bitter. If Allah touches you with some harm, realize that none can remove it except God. None can relieve you of it except Allah. And if He wills for you some goodness, realize that nobody can keep it from coming. Nobody can prevent it. No one can prevent His bounty from coming to you. He afflicts, He causes to pour on whom He wills. His mercy from His slave servants, and He forgives all sins. And He is the utterly loving, the utterly compassionate. Brothers and sisters, one of the core principles of our faith is that whatever happens in this world is by the decree of God. That not a leaf falls, not a droplet of rain falls. There's nothing dry nor moist on the ground or in the heavens, except that Allah, that God knows it, and that God controls it, and that God cares and takes guardianship over it. So what about your life and my life? If Allah, not if, since Allah knows every leaf, every snowflake, be rest assured He knows every soul, every human life on this planet. And each life is precious. Each human life is beloved to God, regardless of the religion or lack thereof. And there are so many things that we are feeling right now. Some of us are afraid. There may be some people thinking, I may not go to Jumu'ah for a few weeks or months or at all. Is it worth it? Some of us may be angry. Some of us may be having feelings of revenge. This is not the time for revenge. This is not the time for anger. The Prophet ﷺ, on so many occasions, the companions asked him to curse tribes like Ad-Daws, who inflicted horrible atrocities on the Muslims. He refused. He said, مَا بُعِثْتُ لَعَانًا, I was not sent as one who curses. إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ رَحْمَةً مُهْدًى. Rather, I was sent as a gift of mercy, as a gift of love. My brothers and sisters who may be feeling anger, recognize that the perpetrators of these crimes will, inshallah, be brought to justice. And it is wrong for us to become like them and to become monstrous in opposing monstrosities. This is always the challenge when you fight evil. Not to become evil yourself. Al-intiqam lillah. Revenge, or rather vengeance, is the sole responsibility of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask for justice. We have that right. But let not our anger cause us to transgress the boundaries of the laws of Islam, which require that we honor and that we respect all human beings and the laws of the lands in which we live. Some of us may be feeling grief and sad at the loss of life. What does this mean? People have been contacting me since last night. I'm confused. Why would something like this happen? What should our response be? These are good people praying in the masjid, vulnerable, in their most vulnerable state. My brothers and sisters, when the Prophet ﷺ, when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when he was in the presence of people, of mothers even, who had lost their children, even our own mother, Lady Khadija al-Kubra, Lady Khadija the Great, his first wife, most beloved wife. And one of the children, one of their blessed children, passed away before they finished weaning. The baby was still nursing, still breastfeeding from Khadija. And Sayyidah Khadija was saddened, heartbroken. She said to her beloved husband, our baby has passed before being weaned, before infitam. And the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam exhorted her to be patient and to know that her child, her baby, is nursing, is receiving milk in the celestial realm, in the heavens. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, always reminded people that this life is not the end. It's not a dead end, rather it's a door. And we pray that those who lost their lives in this tragedy or any tragedy like it are counted from those who receive the rewards of martyrdom, of shahada. لا تحسبن الذين قتلوا في سبيل الله أمواتا بل أحياء عند ربهم يرزقون. We are taught in the Quran by Allah, by God, do not consider those who are slain in the way of God to be dead. Rather, they are living. They are living. They have a spiritual life that is beyond our intellectual comprehension. And they're with their master, with Allah being provided for. My brothers and sisters, I and the board members and our community on our website, we have received condolences from Muslims, from Jews, from Christians, from Hindus, and others, expressing their concern for the safety and the well-being of our community and their willingness to share their resources with us and to mourn and to grieve with us. So know that we're not alone. What happened in New Zealand, what happened is not about Muslim versus non-Muslim. Absolutely not. Terrorism knows no specific religion. You will find terrorists in every religion. And this is a time when we must be united. United as Muslims and united as human beings. United with our Jewish, our Christian, our Hindu, our Buddhist, our Ifa brothers and sisters, even with those who have no religion, who are agnostic and atheists, who wish human beings goodwill. This is a time of unity. If we are disunited because of past aggressions, if we are disunited because of grievances, because of history, then those terrorists, they would have won. Don't let them win. Don't let them transfer the hatred and the arrogance and the ignorance, these spiritual diseases that are at the root of these crimes. Don't let them cause you to show the same demonic qualities. And we seek refuge in Allah from such qualities. My brothers and sisters, we are not alone. We must continue to build coalitions and partnerships with those who believe in the unseen, with those who want safety and security and prosperity and self-actualization and realization for all of the children of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. This is our mission, brothers and sisters. Allah says, "Ta'awanu ala birri wa taqwa." Assist one another, human beings, not just Muslims. Assist one another in all that is good and in reverence for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. And do not assist one another in sinfulness, in immorality and aggression. My brothers and sisters, be very careful to guard your souls against aggression towards others out of anger or out of revenge. This is not the way of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who we follow, who we love, and who we respect. وأقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين واستغفروه إن الله غفور رحيم. I make the statement I've made, and I ask Allah to forgive me and to forgive the remaining of the Muslims, the living among them and the dead. Seek forgiveness now of Allah. Seek forgiveness of God. Indeed, He forgives all sins. It is the loving, compassionate. الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. We praise and we thank Allah, and we seek His protection from the evil of our own souls and from the consequences of wrong actions. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We bear witness that there is no creator, no God, no deity except God Himself, except Allah, and that Muhammad ibn Abdullah, our master, our leader, our teacher, our guide, our paragon of perfection, that He is His servant and His last prophet and messenger sent to all of humanity. And we bear witness that Adam and Noah and Abraham and Moses and Jesus Christ, the son of Mary, and so many countless prophets before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam were all true, and we ask Allah to bless them all. Brothers and sisters, in the first half of the khutbah, I shared some ayat from the Quran, passages from the Quran, some accounts from the life of the Prophet ﷺ that should give us guidance in this time, that should give us some solace, some context, some clarity in this time. And in the last part of the khutbah, I just want to share a few tips, practical steps that we can take now in our homes, in our masajid, our mosques, our houses of worship, in our schools, and other Islamic institutions. This is a time when we must implement the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, ifshaw salam, spread peace. But spread peace doesn't mean you are passive. Spreading peace does not mean that you allow yourself to be a sitting duck. Muslim communities, we have been too lax about our security. And there's much, you can give a whole khutbah about this topic, but I will just say this, that in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, and after the time of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, for most of our history as Muslims, when you study Muslim history, you will find that it was expected that every man, every woman was part of the security team of the masjid, was part of the security team of the community. Yes, there will always be people who have specialized training, yes, but each and every one of you have a responsibility to be vigilant, to network with one another, to have security contingency plans. We need to develop this, and I urge our leadership to come up with solid protocols. And alhamdulillah, at this masjid, we have been very proactive about taking appropriate measures to do as much as we can to ensure that while you are here to worship Allah, that you are safe. But we can do more. It shouldn't just rest on the shoulders of a few brothers and a few sisters. We need everyone to be involved. There was just an active shooter training at Mercer Community College done by the West Windsor Police Department. We need as many brothers and sisters to attend such trainings, whether they are here at the masjid, and we will have them here inshallah, God willing, or outside of the masjid. Secondly, brothers and sisters, if you are feeling angry, if you are feeling sad, if you are feeling confused, if you are feeling any emotions, don't keep them bottled up inside. Sometimes we have this feeling that Muslims don't have any emotions. Every challenge is met with a kind of stoicism. No feeling, no emotion. We are human beings. If you are feeling any of these emotions, if you need to talk to someone, let us know. Let the board know. Let me know. Let Sheikh Ismail know. We have Muslim therapists, we have counselors, we have psychologists in our community, here at this masjid and outside. There is help. Thirdly, brothers and sisters, I want to caution you from spending your time blaming this politician or that politician. We know the current political climate. We know about the words of hatred that are coming from centers of power around the world. Don't spend or waste your time deconstructing and saying things that ultimately don't have any impact on the safety and security of our children and our grandchildren. My advice to myself and to you is to take very seriously looking at the root causes of the mindsets and the policies that are resulting in this new surge of anti-Muslim, anti-immigrant, anti-woman, anti-black rhetoric, and to work on creative and effective ways of combating them, as opposed to sending videos and having all kinds of social media activism, they call it, clicking this and clicking that. Let's do something concrete, brothers and sisters. In conclusion, I want to just say, and we'll make the announcement again, but for the benefit of those who are watching us live stream, we will be praying for the victims tonight and reciting Quran for them after Salatul Isha at 9 p.m. And we will be having a formal memorial service and prayer tomorrow evening, beginning at 7:30 p.m. until 9, inshallah ta'ala. And we are inviting all of the members of the Muslim community, as well as our friends and our family from other religious communities, from the synagogues and the churches and the temples that surround us. So invite your family and invite your friends to that, inshallah ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, we have a mission. We have a mission in this country and a mission on this planet. Do not let this tragedy or any tragedy distract you from why you are here. Why Allah, you may have come to America or any other country seeking an education or seeking economic prosperity. But it is times like this There are opportunities for clarity. Why are you here? Is your hijrah to America? Was your hijrah, you're migrating to America for Allah and His Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Or is it for this world? Or was it to get married? Your intention can always be changed. If it was for something material, then change your intention and let your actions follow. We are here, brothers and sisters, to embody the beauty and the power of the Quran. The love and the harmony and the power of societal transformation that the Quran calls us to and that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam exemplified and exhorted us to. We are here to make the world a better place through the guidance of the Quran. And if this is what you've been doing, then continue and intensify your goodness. But if you've just been focusing on taking care of your physical and financial well-being and ignoring the fact that when you walk out the door, when your wife, when your children, when your grandchildren walk out the door, people know you are Muslim. And especially our sisters who wear the headscarf, the khimar, they, by default, they are always on the front line. So if, and we pray that Allah gives each and every one of us here long, healthy, righteous lives. But if Allah has decreed for any one of us that we are martyred, that we are slain, let it be doing His work. Let it be doing His work. So that like those who came before us, like Sayyidina Umar, who was slain, like Sayyidina Uthman, who was slain, like Sayyidina Ali, who was slain, radiallahu anhum, we can meet death with a smile. We can meet death with our hearts connected to Allah, not connected to dollar bills and digital currencies. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات. Allah Ta'ala has exhorted us to do that which He began with Himself and has praised His angels upon, saying, إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَمَلَائِكَتَهُ يُصَلُّونَ عَلَى النَّبِيِّ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا صَلُّوا عَلَيْهِ وَسَلِّمُوا تَسْلِيمًا. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Oh Allah, we ask that you bless our leader Muhammad and his family and grant them peace. Oh Allah, we ask that you bless the prophets before him, our masters Adam and Noah and Abraham and Moses and Jesus Christ, the Son of Mary, and all the prophets and messengers, most of whose names we do not know. Oh Allah, we ask you for safety and security, Allah. Oh Allah, we ask that you bless those who have built this masjid and all of the masajid. Oh Allah, we pray for the souls of our brothers and sisters who have been slain, Ya Allah, in cold blood, Ya Allah. Oh Allah, we ask that you turn this trauma into treasure, Ya Allah. Oh Allah, we ask that you rectify our affairs. We ask for forgiveness, Ya Allah, of the submitting men and women, the faithful men and women, the living among them and the dead. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُ بِالْعَدْلِ وَالْإِحْسَانِ وَإِيتَاءِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى وَيَنْهَى عَنِ الْفَحْشَاءِ وَالْمُنكَرِ وَالْبَغْيِ يَعِظُكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَذَكَّرُونَ. God says, indeed, Allah orders, commands to justice, to spiritual beauty and excellence, in generosity with your relatives, and forbids immorality, forbids transgression, and forbids oppression, and exhorts you that you take heed. وَلَذِكْرُ اللَّهِ أَكْبَرُ وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ مَا تَصْنَعُونَ. And the remembrance of God is the greatest thing there is. And He reminds, and He knows that which you do. Aqim as-salah.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Straighten your lines, silence your phones, direct your hearts towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Akbar. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله 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 Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Muslim Center. Before Brother Nasser gives the announcements, those of you who are parents, those of you who are teachers, if you have younger siblings, inshallah there will be resources on our social media pages as well as our website to give you tips and guidelines for speaking to young children about what happened, inshallah ta'ala. So look for it.
Assalamu alaikum. A few announcements. Once again, a reminder, the first Jummah prayers timings have changed. First Jummah starts at 1:10 and the second Jummah, inshallah, will start around at 2:30 p.m. Another reminder about Sheikh Mendes said tonight there is going to be leading Quran recitation with Sheikh Mendes and Sheikh Ismail, reading Quran and making dua for the victims of New Zealand. Inshallah, they'll be at Isha tonight. And also there is a Friday night program. It's going to be featuring Sheikh Ismail Isa, and the topic is going to be the practical steps to memorize the Quran, spirituality and physically. That is tonight at 8 p.m. Once again, there's going to be a memorial service held for the victims also on Saturday at 8 p.m. and that's an interfaith. So please let all your neighbors and all non-Muslims also let them know about it. And also,
and just about that, we will, after Maghrib, we will start with Quran recitation. And then at 8 o'clock, inshallah, we will start the official memorial service and program for our guests and neighbors of other religious traditions. So please be here for that tomorrow and invite others. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.
And one more thing is Sunday, the MCGP is going to be holding their first year anniversary community event and volunteer recognition. That is this Sunday from 2 o'clock, from 2 to 4 p.m. So please try to attend it. It's a very important community event. And also tomorrow there's an annual Muslim Youth Conference at Majid Shuhada in Willowboro, New Jersey. That starts at 12 p.m. If you have any young adults and parents, there's going to be multiple parent workshops. And last but not least, there's fiqh classes that are still going on, and they're going to be starting to focus on Ramadan and the fiqh of fasting. They're